Hi friends, Don Murphy again. So this is episodes will be called Gravesites and Grief. To the right is the tombstone for our sisters Rita and Michelle, who died in 1983 in a massive car wreck. And then to the left we have my dad and my mom. Dad died in 2004, mom just this last October 2021. And part of the stories here is that all of us have lost loved ones, and we all cry at different times. The grief never ends, and we don't know when it hits us, but it hits us. That's true for everyone. I mean, I still cry about Rita and Michelle and mom and dad. But I think I shed more tears about my dad, who died 17 years ago, than my mom, right? She lived a wonderful life, made it to 94, dad just to 77. And in later years, I got to go heart and soul with mom. I mean, I got to know my mom like, better, as well as any child could. Whereas with my dad, although we started out early, I was probably 13 or 14 when he kind of leaned on me as just sharing stories, sharing his heart and soul. Modern day therapists would say, geez, why didn't he see a psychiatrist or a therapist? And I say, are you kidding me? The guy was so busy, he didn't need any of that nonsense. We just talked with each other, and he talked with others. But I never really had a chance to share some things with him before he died, and I think that's the key reason that I still miss him very much. Now, this is a Casper cemetery, and what's neat about these small town cemeteries is you just walk around and you just see names of all these people we grew up with. The reason I'm going to zero in on this hill, well, it's hard to see down here, but I want to talk about two friends. Speaking of just all these Casperites we grew up with. One was a woman named Kathy. Now, her two brothers, Tom and Mike, and I were hellions when we were in 5th and 6th grade. We were naughty. But Kathy, 2 years older than us and the same grade as our oldest brother, Pat, she was the shining star in Casper. She just truly was a Renaissance woman. But she had some true mental illness and ended up committing suicide. I now believe that all suicides are inevitable. We think we can prevent them. We can't. They're just kind of in the script that God gave them. But Kathy was just this wonderful woman who, brilliant, an artist, a performer, just in ways that the rest of us mortals could only marvel at. And when her father, Ed, gave the service, the homily, he just said, no, this was a shining star that just flamed out. She was just that energetic. But, we helped their family in ways that are hard to imagine, and they helped our family in ways hard to imagine. The other one has to do with a guy named Bo, who's a great friend of mine. And I too think, I know Bo's story. I think he may have committed suicide. But the story here is that in 1983, we're all standing right here, Michelle and Rita's. And Bo at the time just came walking up by himself over all these hills just to be with us. And I just remember staring at him thinking, oh my gosh, Bo, how could you be with us like this? But he was. And, I was able to bid his memorial service. And anyway, small town cemeteries, they're wonderful. Particularly go over to Ireland, okay, or England or wherever. These small towns, and these are all folks that knew each other, at least during their generations, but knew of their families over the other ones. And it's a wonderful thing we have here in Casper, just to be able to stroll around any season of the year and just be with friends, shed a tear, and drive on. Thanks.